Have you ever stood at your front door, ready to step outside, and suddenly hesitated? Not because of the weather or because you forgot something, but because deep down, you're afraid. Afraid that one wrong step could lead to a fall that changes everything. I know that fear. I lived with it too. And one morning, it nearly came true. I was just taking out the trash. It was a simple task. But as I stepped down the porch, I lost my balance. And in that instant, I realized how fragile our confidence can become. But here's what I want to tell you today. Falling doesn't have to be part of getting older. That fear, that hesitation, it doesn't have to stay with you. Because there are small, powerful changes you can make that can completely shift the way you walk and move. I'm not talking about spending hours at the gym or learning complicated routines. I'm talking about understanding your body, your posture, and learning how to walk in a way that brings back your stability and your peace of mind. Today, I'm going to share the exact steps that helped me walk without fear again. And there's one surprising habit I added, just 5 seconds long, that changed everything for me. I'll tell you about it before we finish. But for now, just know this. You are not too old to walk confidently again. You deserve to feel safe, steady, and free. Let's take that first step together. Part 1. Small step, big consequences. Let's begin with something most people overlook: how a single step, one small moment, can lead to lasting consequences. A few years ago, I was doing something simple, something I had done 1,000 times before. I was heading out to the mailbox. It was a bright, peaceful morning. I wasn't rushing. I wasn't distracted. I stepped off the porch, just like always, and my foot caught the edge of the step. I didn't fall. But I came close. My heart jumped, and I grabbed the railing just in time. And in that moment, one thought hit me hard. What if I had gone down? What if no one was there to help me? I stood there for a long second, frozen. Not in pain, but in fear. From that day on, things changed. I walked slower. I hesitated more. I started holding onto walls or furniture when I moved around the house. I stopped going on solo walks. It wasn't because my legs had changed overnight. It was because my confidence had, and that's the real danger. One close call, just one little slip, can plant a seed of doubt, and that doubt grows. You start to question every step, every uneven sidewalk, every stair. Even your own front door can feel like a risk. The truth is, most falls don't come from big dramatic events. They come from a pattern of small habits we don't even notice. The way we shift our weight, the way we carry our shoulders, the way our feet hit the ground. These tiny things add up over time, and suddenly your body starts reacting like it's always 1 second away from falling. That's why I call this part small step, big consequences. Because it's not just about the stumble, it's about what comes after. The fear, the hesitation, the shrinking of your world. Maybe you stop going to the store alone. Maybe you skip walks with friends. Maybe you avoid that little hill at the park you used to love. All because of that one moment when things almost went wrong. But here's the thing. And I want you to hear this. The same way one small step can shake your confidence, one small change can start to bring it back. It doesn't have to be big or overwhelming. It starts with paying attention, with noticing how you move, with believing that your body can still learn and adapt, because it can. So today, I want to help you take back that confidence, one safe, steady step at a time. Let's move forward, together. Part 2. 6 warning signs. You're walking in a way that increases your fall risk. Now that we've talked about how one small misstep can have big consequences, let's look at something even more important: how to recognize the habits that make you more likely to fall in the first place. Because here's the truth. Most people don't even realize the way they're walking is putting them at risk. It's not obvious. No one teaches us how to walk again as we age. We just keep moving the way we always have, even as our bodies change. But those tiny adjustments we make without thinking? They matter. So I want you to listen closely to these 6 signs. You don't need to write anything down. Just notice. If 2 or more of these sound familiar to you, it's time to make a change. And don't worry, we're going to do that together. Sign number 1. You drag your feet when you walk. This one is subtle, but dangerous. If your feet don't lift off the ground with each step, you're more likely to trip over uneven surfaces, rugs, or even your own shoes. Over time, dragging your feet becomes a habit, and your muscles forget how to lift properly. Sign number 2. You keep your eyes glued to the floor. Now this one makes sense. When you're afraid of falling, of course you want to watch where you're stepping. But constantly looking down throws off your posture and balance. It actually increases your risk, because your body loses alignment. We'll talk later about where your gaze should be instead. Sign number 3. Your steps are very short and stiff. This often happens when we're nervous. The body tries to stay safe by keeping movement tight and controlled. But that stiffness removes the natural rhythm that helps us stay balanced. It's like walking on eggshells, and ironically, it makes us more likely to slip. Sign number 4. Your shoulders are hunched and your arms don't swing. Your arms are there to help you balance. If they're pinned to your sides or not moving naturally, it's like cutting off half your support system. Hunched shoulders also pull your weight forward, which shifts your center of gravity in the wrong direction. Sign number 5. You rely on walls or furniture when walking around your house. Do you find yourself brushing against furniture or touching walls as you move, even when you're not tired? That's a red flag. It usually means your brain doesn't fully trust your balance, even indoors, where you should feel safest. And finally, sign number 6. You avoid walking on uneven paths or narrow sidewalks. Now, no one loves walking on tricky surfaces. But if you've started avoiding them completely, it might be because, deep down, you don't feel secure on your feet. And when you avoid movement, your body becomes less confident over time, not more. Now, be honest. Did 2 or more of those feel familiar? If they did, that's not something to be ashamed of. It's actually a good thing, because now you're aware. And awareness is the first step toward doing something different. Remember, these aren't just quirks or signs of aging. These are habits. Habits that can be changed with the right guidance and a little bit of daily practice. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. You're about to learn how to walk in a way that gives your body strength and stability again, step by step. Let's keep going. Part 3. The real reason you're losing balance, and it's not just age. We've been told for years that falling is just part of getting older, that it's normal, that it's inevitable. But let me tell you something that might surprise you. Age alone isn't what's making you feel unsteady. In fact, a lot of what we chalk up to just getting old is actually something else entirely. Let's start with muscle loss. Yes, as we age, our muscles naturally shrink if we don't use them. That's called sarcopenia. But here's the truth. Most of the muscle loss that puts us at risk for falling happens not because we're aging, but because we're moving less. When we stop doing the everyday things that used to challenge our strength, getting up and down from the floor, carrying groceries, walking briskly, our muscles weaken. Not overnight, but gradually, until one day we go to catch ourselves, and there's just not enough strength there. Now let's talk about posture. Have you noticed that your head leans forward more than it used to? Or that your shoulders are rounding? That stooped posture isn't just cosmetic. It shifts your center of gravity forward. That means your body is constantly trying to correct its balance, and it takes more effort just to stay upright. It also means that small missteps, like catching your toe or turning quickly, are more likely to knock you off balance. Another big one is fear. When we're afraid of falling, we tend to walk more cautiously. That might seem like a smart move, but the body interprets that fear as tension. We take shorter steps. We freeze when turning. We keep our eyes locked on the floor. All of this makes us more rigid, and that stiffness throws off the natural rhythm that actually keeps us stable. Add to that slower reflexes and vision changes, both common with age, and you can start to see how these subtle shifts add up. It's not just one thing. It's the combination of small changes in strength, posture, mindset, and reaction time. And unfortunately, most of them are invisible, so they go unchecked for years. But here's the part most people miss. Every single one of those issues can be improved. That's right. You're not stuck. You're not helpless. And you're certainly not too old to improve your balance. What you need isn't more fear, it's more information, more understanding, and more of the simple, practical tools that will help your body move the way it was designed to. And that's where we're headed next. Because now that you know what's really going on, it's time to learn how to walk in a way that brings everything back into alignment. Confidence, stability, and freedom of movement. Ready? Let's keep going. Part 4. How to walk the right way. The posture that protects you. Now that you understand why balance becomes harder, not just because of age, but because of small changes in strength, posture, and fear, let's get practical. Let's talk about how to walk in a way that actually supports your body, keeps you steady, and brings back your confidence. Because here's something we don't hear enough. Walking is a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved. Most of us learned to walk when we were toddlers, and we never thought about it again. But the way you walk today might not be helping you. It might be putting you at risk without you even realizing it. So let me show you how to fix that. We're going to break it down into 5 key points, 5 simple changes that can completely transform the way you walk. Number 1, head position. Imagine a string gently pulling the very top of your head toward the sky. Keep your chin tucked slightly, not pushed forward. This helps align your neck and spine and keeps your head from tipping your body off balance. Number 2, shoulders. Let your shoulders fall back and down. Relaxed, not stiff. Open your chest just a bit, as if you're taking a full breath of fresh air. This posture helps center your weight and prevents that forward hunch that shifts your balance. Number 3, arm movement. Don't let your arms hang lifelessly at your sides. Let them swing naturally. When your right foot steps forward, your left arm swings forward, and vice versa. This motion helps stabilize your body with every step and gives you rhythm. Number 4, foot placement. Each step should begin with your heel. From there, roll through your foot and push off with your toes. This heel-to-toe motion activates your leg muscles and gives your body a stable base. Don't tiptoe. Don't flat foot. Think smooth, rolling steps. Number 5, gaze. Keep your eyes looking forward, roughly 10 to 15 feet ahead of you, not straight down at your feet. When you look ahead, your brain gathers more information about your surroundings, and your body adjusts more naturally. It's one of the simplest things you can do to improve balance. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a bit mechanical, and at first it might feel that way. That's okay. Anytime you learn something new, it takes practice before it feels natural again. But I promise, if you give this just a few minutes a day, these adjustments will become automatic. Your body will remember, and your confidence will start to grow. In fact, you can start right now. Take a moment after this video, or even while you're watching, to stand up and try just one thing. Maybe posture your shoulders differently, or lift your head and look straight ahead. See how it feels. These may seem like small changes, but small changes, repeated daily, lead to lasting results. And next, I'm going to show you the exact exercises you can do at home, no gym, no equipment, to help lock in this new way of walking. These exercises are simple, safe, and take just minutes a day. But the payoff? Huge. Let's move on. Part 5. 5 simple at-home exercises to strengthen your balance and walk with confidence. Now that you know the right way to walk, how to hold your head, how to move your arms, how to step with stability, it's time to make that new way of walking feel natural. And the best way to do that is by strengthening the muscles that support your balance. But don't worry, I'm not sending you to the gym, and I'm not going to ask you to do anything extreme. These 5 exercises are simple, safe, and designed for real life. You can do them at home, in your living room, with nothing more than a sturdy chair. They take just a few minutes a day, but they work. Let's go through them one by one. Exercise 1. 1 foot stand. Stand behind a sturdy chair. Hold the back of the chair lightly with both hands. Now, lift 1 foot just a few inches off the ground and try to balance on the other foot for about 10 seconds. Switch sides and repeat. This strengthens your ankles and leg muscles, and more importantly, it wakes up your body's balance system. Try 3 to 4 rounds per leg. You don't have to lift high, just enough to challenge your balance. Exercise 2. Marching in place with high knees. Still using the chair for light support, start marching in place, slowly, bringing each knee up to hip height or as high as comfortable. This helps train your legs to lift properly and reminds your muscles not to drag your feet when you walk. Do this for about 30 seconds at a time. Rest and repeat 2 or 3 times. Exercise 3. Heel to toe raises. Stand behind the chair. First, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Then lower your heels down and lift your toes, staying on your heels. Again for 2 to 3 seconds. This strengthens your calves, ankles, and the small stabilizing muscles that help prevent rolling your foot or losing balance. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Exercise 4. Mindful walking practice. If you have a hallway or an open space at home, use it to practice walking slowly and with intention. Focus on your posture. Head tall, shoulders back, arms swinging gently. Step heel to toe. Do this back and forth for 2 to 3 minutes. It's not about speed, it's about quality. Rest, then repeat once. Exercise 5. Posture and breathing reset. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine a string gently lifting your head toward the ceiling. As you breathe out, feel your shoulders drop and your body center itself. This resets your nervous system, calms tension, and helps restore natural alignment. Stay in this position for about a minute. Now, I want you to hear this. You don't need to do all 5 every single day. Even choosing 2 or 3 and doing them consistently will make a difference within a few weeks. These exercises aren't just about muscles. They're about building trust in your own body again. The more often you move with awareness, the more your body will begin to remember how to feel strong, steady, and safe. Coming up next, we're going to look at something just as important as posture and strength. The everyday myths that are holding so many people back from improving. Because before we can move forward, we need to let go of what's been keeping us stuck. Let's keep going. Part 6. 3 myths that keep you stuck and why they're just not true. Now that you've learned how to walk with better posture and practice simple exercises to improve your balance, it's time to clear out some of the mental clutter, the beliefs that quietly hold you back from real progress. Because even when we have the right tools, sometimes our own thoughts are what stop us. We tell ourselves stories we've heard from doctors, friends, or even our own inner voice, and over time, we start to believe them. Let me share 3 of the most common myths I hear from women just like you. And more importantly, let me tell you why they're simply not true. Myth number 1. I'm too old to improve. This one breaks my heart because it's something so many people carry silently. But here's the truth. Your body is always capable of learning. Always. Yes, it may take more time. Yes, progress might be slower than it was when you were 30. But your brain and muscles can still form new habits. You can still gain strength, improve balance, and walk with more confidence, no matter your age. I've seen it happen over and over again, even in people well into their 80s and beyond. Myth number 2. Falling is just a normal part of aging. No, it's not. Falling may be common, but that doesn't make it normal or acceptable. You are not destined to fall just because of your birth date. Many of the factors that lead to falls, like muscle weakness, poor posture, lack of awareness, are preventable and reversible. In fact, most falls happen not because someone is old, but because they've never been taught how to move safely as their body changes. It's never too late to learn that, and you're already doing it. Myth number 3. If I use a cane or walker, I've already failed. Let me say this as clearly as I can. Assistive devices are tools, not signs of defeat. If you're using a cane, a walker, or even holding on to furniture, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're being smart. These tools can help you move more safely while you work on strengthening your body and retraining your balance. And here's the good news. Many people who start using a cane temporarily are able to reduce or even stop using it after they build their strength and confidence back. The cane is not your future. It's just your support right now. So if you've been carrying these beliefs, if any of them sound like something you've told yourself, I want you to let them go. Right now, you're not too old. You're not doomed to fall. And you are not defined by whether or not you need help today. What matters is what you do next. And what's next is even more empowering. Because while your body plays a big role in stability, so does your environment. Let's take a look at how your home might be quietly working against your balance, and how a few small changes can make a big difference. Let's keep going. Part 7. Is your home putting you at risk? Even if you walk perfectly and do all the right exercises, a cluttered or unsafe home can still lead to a fall. Most accidents actually happen indoors, right where we think we're safe. Here are 5 quick things to check. 1. Rugs. Loose or curling rugs are trip hazards. Use non-slip backing or remove them. 2. Lighting. Make sure hallways, stairs, and bathrooms are well lit, especially at night. Add night lights where needed. 3. Clutter. Clear walking paths. Move shoes, boxes, or low furniture out of the way. 4. Cords. Tape down or move any wires or chargers running across the floor. 5. Support. Install grab bars in the bathroom and sturdy handrails on stairs. Even a small slip can be serious. A safer home means every step you take is more secure, and your confidence grows even faster. Coming up next, that 5-second habit I promised you at the beginning. It's simple, powerful, and it might just change the way you walk forever. Part 8. The 5-second habit that changed everything before every walk, before stepping downstairs, even before getting out of bed. I do one simple thing that completely changes how steady I feel. I call it the 5-second reset. It's quick, it's calming, and it tells your body, you've got this. Here's how to do it. Step 1, stand still. Take one deep breath in through your nose. As you do, think, I am steady. Step 2, exhale slowly through your mouth. Think, I am safe. My body knows what to do. That's it. Just one breath in and one breath out, with intention. This quick reset releases tension, steadies your steps, and brings your focus into the present moment. It turns fear into calm and hesitation into movement. Try it today. Because sometimes confidence isn't about doing more. It's about pausing, breathing, and giving your body the right message before you move. You're more capable than you think, and it only takes 5 seconds to remember that. You've just learned that falling isn't a part of aging. It's a signal that it's time to move differently, not less. With small changes in posture, simple daily exercises, and just 5 seconds of mindful breathing, you can walk with more strength and confidence than you thought possible. So don't wait. Take that first step, because your freedom, your independence, and your peace of mind are worth it. If this helped you, share it with someone you care about. And remember, it's never too late to feel steady again.